You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Championship week, Garage Fam, is week 16 recap. Brought to you by Drip Drop, your dripping lemons.
Honestly, it's probably my least favorite flavor. I hate to be a hater, but
I know that about you. You told everybody. The fam know. The people that have been with us a long time know. But at least you're dripping and dropping.
It's still great. That's a good sign.
It is. I went through half a bag of apple cider already. The hot apple cider.
Your new favorite flavor?
Oh my God, dude. I'm almost like upset that we have to give away that bag. So I have a whole bag still. Like the variety pack, all of my apple cider's gone. So now I just have honey lemon ginger, the green tea, and I have like one hibiscus left. So I'm enjoying it.
Who won that, by the way? Let's give him a shout out.
Shout out to Stephen Breimer. He won the hot apple cider season sweepstakes because he retweeted a picture. Yeah, happy Hanukkah. And spin the dreidel if you're Jewish. And
He's
if
going
you're
to be
not,
very hydrated for the holidays.
It's okay. Yeah. And you can be hydrated too, Garage Fam. All you have to do is go to dripdrop.com, use promo code GarageGuys20 at checkout, and you will save 20% on your order. So do that. Rip it and drip it, as always. NASCAR's coming up. We got to be hydrating race car drivers and race fans.
I'm assuming, man. It's crazy.
We said it. Dude,
Super Bowl Sunday followed by Daytona is going to be amazing.
That's going to be 2 busy as hell weeks for us.
Yes, indeed.
Very busy. If you can't already tell, Drew and I are a little quiet, more quiet than usual. That's because I have a chance to beat that ass in the championship.
What do you need, 40 points roughly?
I need 40 points between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. I think that's doable.
Doable, but also, what's the probability say? I'm going to check it live here. It's probably pretty close.
I'm projected to beat you by like 4 points. Derrick Henry shit the bed for you.
Yeah, Derrick Henry let me down, but he's been great all season, so I'm not going to get all butthurt. But I'll say this, 64% probability is you as the winner. So that's the sleeper algorithm has you 64% chances. So, this
is how I feel about algorithms. They change every second. Don't care.
If the Patriots come out there and get like a 7-minute drive, then it'll drop, right?
Right. And I've already said it too. I talked to you on the phone earlier because I was like, I just have this overwhelmingly bad feeling that like Bill Belichick and his team are just going to just piss stomp the Bills on the way in the first quarter. And in the second quarter, they're just going to magically come to life, but it's not going to be enough. And I'm going to be really hurt.
See, I think it's the opposite. So we'll see who's right. I think the Bills will come out and get a nice commanding lead, and then you'll have that problem where maybe they stop scoring. I don't know. That's my feeling.
I don't know either, man. It's just that with the Patriots, even though they're not the same team, it's still Bill Belichick's brain that you're playing against. Yeah. So it's a high-powered match of chess. And TJ Yeldon is a running back for the Bills, right? So he got Storona. He got Storona.
I don't think he's playing anymore now. They had the other 2 guys. They got the
But he's still in the room, but he's still there. So this is a concern. This is an area of concern possibly.
You think all of them are going to miss the game?
I would hope not, but I'm sure that they got to test Zach Moss and they're going to have to test Devin Singletary.
That would actually be good news for you because you would have more Josh Allen rushing.
But I don't want to wish Rona on anybody unless it really is like the flu, like they say. And then in that case, it's like, okay. What? Yeah, drink some drip drop. We'll send them some drip drop
and they'll be fine.
No, they had a positive. No, they didn't. Get drip drop. Here,
drink the drip drop and move on about life.
Those views are not represented by drip drop. That's Garage Guys talking. Okay,
definitely
not drip drop.
Good job, Chase. Way to
remember that.
It's usually me keeping us out of trouble. This time it's you. So thank you.
A lot is changing. We're in a black hole. We're in what I call this is the black hole of the year. So it's like that 1 week between Christmas and New Year's. It's like and nobody's doing nothing but just like kind of laying around. Everybody at your job is like just kind of really extremely lazy because everybody's just kind of ready to like spend a shitload of money on pointless fireworks, but they get to watch it for America. So, that's cool, I guess. You won't catch me unless it's like
I need some more of this black hole, man. I need some more of this. I feel like I'm just now settling down, and then we had a bombing. So like now it's back to chaos for me. So
that is fucking insane. That whole story.
Yeah, we could probably do a whole episode.
Before we talk about week 16, I will say, like, luckily there wasn't a lot of people like injured, but like, dude, that's some scary shit. Like, you live in Nashville. You're not in Nashville right now. You're home for the holidays, not the Christmas movie. Right. Just home for the holidays. And this happens, dude. Like, when I heard about this, like Christmas Day, like I heard about this Christmas morning. Like, my kid woke me up at 4:00 in the morning, of course, and that was a very long day. But yeah, and then my wife's telling me, like, do you know there was a bombing in Nashville? And I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, well, I know Drew's not in Nashville, so we're good. But
super
still
early.
sucks.
I don't think anybody died. I don't think anybody did, so that's good.
There's a lot of conspiracies, so I don't know. Hit us up. We'll talk about them.
Yeah, for those that don't know, basically like at 6:00 in the morning, downtown Nashville, just a bombing. It's massive destruction. Several businesses impacted, but look it up for the rest of the cliff notes. That's all we're gonna probably get into. Yeah,
we're glad no one is hurt, and we hope that the city recovers soon because it's a great city of Nashville. You don't ever want to see it hurt. I love Nashville to death.
Nashville's had a lot. I mean, I know 2020 has been everybody, but man, right before the corona, it was a massive tornado. So it's been a rough time.
Yeah, well, good things are coming because I just did hear word that the entire movie industry is probably about to move to Tennessee. So good for Tennessee, good for taxes. Lot of stuff increasing.
And growing NASCAR in Nashville has been huge. So
yeah, and Nashville Super Speedway, and possibly the fairgrounds coming, and possibly a Major League Baseball team, and
everything.
It's a soccer team is coming. So all we need now is for the Grizzlies to leave Memphis, come to Nashville, and then Nashville would be the heart of America.
Dude, Memphis. I would hate to see that go, but at the same time, it'd be incredible to have them in Nashville.
Dude, it's you have every national sport there. It's like Tennessee becomes New York. The end. Like, New York with mountains and sports. Mountains and sports. What's not to love? Great. Anyway, let's go talk about the Nashville Boas. Tennessee Titans versus the Green Bay Packers game. I'm hurt. I'm upset because the Saints could have worked their way into the 1 seed again, but of course it snowed and the gods of the cheese in Wisconsin decided that, hey, we're going to make it snow so they can ensure they get the 1 seed. So that happened. I bet the money line for the Titans. So that happened. Did the under hit? I don't even.
It pushed.
It pushed. There's nothing.
No
I'd rather lose. I'd rather lose than push. That's the worst.
Not me. I should have won, but that last touchdown put us right at the number.
Great job, A.J. Dillon.
Key story, Chase, for the bettors. That's why you bet early. I think it was 54, the number I got. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people got 52, so you lost.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys are reading Chef Bets early. We still have some stuff pending, some teasers for tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, I think we're roughly 4-4 in the week, so not a bad week. And then all we need is the Bills to win the game. Spread does not matter. So
science. Chef Bets win again. It's over. Just go ahead, hammer it down.
Bill Belichick, don't do it to me. You've already, given me a bad season. Don't hurt me now.
He's probably reading your stuff, so that's probably why the whole entire season has been the way it's been. He's just been reading Chef Bets.
That would be the biggest compliment in the world. If he told me that, I would be like, okay, I made it.
Incredible. I would hope so.
If Hoodie gave me that compliment,
Hoodie,
I think that would be about, I mean, who out there would you rather read your Chef Bets besides Bill Belichick? That seems like the guy.
For your sake, I would love it if one day we just found out that like all the major handicappers are just stealing your content.
I agree. That would be the ultimate sign of
We would go on dude, I would go get all of my savings, go buy like an old GMC Safari, and we go on a world tour to roast every one of those handicappers across the country. Like just roll up at their house and just make them feel about this big. And then just be
I thought you would love to do this.
Oh man, dude. Like, I got your back like day one. So it's like, and especially after this year that you've done, like, even if you would have like sucked shit this year, I'd still be hyping your shit. But it's like, that's love, man. It's the love of the garage guys. But yeah, dude, I'm just imagining it now. Like, just imagine thought bubbles popping up, and it's just like me making like some dude like working for.
You'd find a way to like make it into content too. That's the way your brain works.
Duh, bro. That's the only way. It's for the garage fam. It's for you guys that are listening. Like, I have to give you that. That's like this whole I hoard myself out on Twitter. And I was like, if I get to 4,000 followers, I'll go dress up as a member of Eiffel 65 and sing "I'm Blue" inside of an Olive Garden. Where did that come from? I have no idea. I just said it. And so it kind of worked for a little bit until people were probably like, there's no way in hell this guy's going to do this. And then it just stopped.
It's so funny because like for 99% of people, that they're like, oh, this makes sense. He'll do it maybe. But for me, I'm like, man, he'll do this even if he doesn't have. Like, I could ask you to do that on a Monday and you would do it.
They don't know that. Yeah, I'm probably still going to do it. But yeah, thanks for all the 72 new people that follow me. That's cool.
It worked.
We almost got to 100. We were close.
Nice.
Before they realized the scam that I had the word attempt in my tweet.
Garage guys, pyramid scheme.
Check us out.
We're going to talk about this football. It's so fun.
I know, man. It's just, this is what the holidays do to us. I'm sure they do it to you too, Garage fam. You call your buds up and you just get lost in conversation. But yeah, this whole game just like started off sour. Like, I was just really feeling like the Titans were going to do well. And then I was also feeling like, okay, well, it's snow. Derrick Henry should eat. Aaron Jones should eat. Like, this is going to be one of those games for these two guys. And then in walks the other AJ, not the right AJ, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Saquon Barkley 2, hashtag wannabe Saquon, little frog legs. He comes in and just gets his first Lambeau leap. Shout out to him. That's exciting. But other than that, yeah, BD Lafleur season is back because this split back set shit I don't like.
You took the words out of my mouth. That was the first thing I was going to say. That just kind of was the story of the game for me. Kind of anticlimactic. I thought the Titans would play them closer, honestly.
Yeah, like I really thought that we were going to see it like heat up whenever Tannehill took off for like 45 yards for a touchdown.
That was pretty awesome.
It was because like that was like the moment I was like, okay, like this is where it heats up. Yeah, Jonnu.
He's back. He needed that. Too much Fursker.
He did, yeah. Nobody likes a Fursker. It reminds me of that cat food that they sell at the dollar store. Furskers. Like, that's –
yeah.
I wouldn't feed my cat that. I don't even want to say it.
Dude, I thought about this. You'll like this thought. You know how we always talk about how, like, over-analysis for fantasy football sometimes is the worst thing. If you're just some guy that's been blindly playing showdown slates every time with the Packers and just playing Davante Adams and the captain, and it doesn't matter else who you play, like, you're probably profiting every week.
It's like Davante Adams, Mason Crosby.
You'd be winning. Like, you could not. I mean,
Tavon.
How many games has he had with like 3 touchdowns this year? 4?
Dude, he's 5. A golden god. That dude, bro. Like, and that's one of the things that like I wasn't even thinking about like with the game because like I'm automatically just like, okay, this is probably going to be low scoring for wide receivers, more heavy running because the snow was heavy, but the snow kind of stopped. And then I also didn't think, wait a minute, they live there. Like that's what they're used to that. And so Davante Adams just comes out the second play of the game, just score. Mm-hmm. We got it.
He made it look easy. And I think it's a learning experience for everyone listening. Something I thought about is people always talk about weather impacting the skill position players, but it's got to be hard to play defense with weather too. Like it's equal playing field. You have to cut as a defensive back. You have to turn and twist, and I think it's a disadvantage to those guys as well.
Yeah, for sure. And see, that's another. I had one showdown slate that I built where I actually started both defenses because I was just like, okay, well, what if we have the type of game where like the offenses both just suck and like the defenses just do all the work?
It happens.
So I tried that out. But, yeah, my attempts failed because I had too much Aaron Jones and not enough A.J. Dillon.
I had one lineup, and I put Dillon and Jones in there, and I put Derrick Henry, Jonnu Smith, and Robert Tonyan. So I went no QBs, and it was looking decent for a while, but I needed Aaron Jones to do more, Derrick Henry to do more.
Right, dude. Yeah, it's crazy that the highest scoring Titan tonight was Ryan Tannehill, and the amount of points that he put up, I want to say, was 18 fantasy points.
Pretty much
highest
all
scoring
run.
Titan.
Yeah,
I don't know so much. Why I'm looking right now. So I look at DraftKings Live. That's kind of like what I get my data off of, and what kind of how we like run through the games and talk about things. Yeah, Davante Adams at 46 points is absurd. But yeah, so Sunday Night Football, maybe not the most exciting game for football fans, but definitely for Packers fans. So good job, Packers. But moving away from Sunday Night Football, Sunday Football was the most weirdest day, I feel like, of things like just things that we didn't expect to happen that happened. Lots of fun, lots of things to talk about. Adam Gase and the fam are back on coke for the second week in a row. Have just said, we don't need Trevor Lawrence. Okay. They're high. That's what's happening here. So they're high out their mind.
How excited are you if you're a Jags fan?
Dude,
I mean, I know we love Minshew. I'm upset. But if you're like a true Jags fan,
they were playing Glennon today, dude. That's what pisses me off.
They were trying to lose. They rested James Robinson too, who had a scratch.
See, that's to me I at least all jokes aside on the Jets, I at least give them props because they actually seem like they want to fucking win. When you're just throwing it all in the towel, it's just wow. Maybe you should just close your whole entire fucking franchise. That's what you should do. Imagine a McDonald's where all of the manager and the employees, okay, were just yeah, this McDonald's sucks. We don't want to just close it. So we're just going to do a lot of fucked up shit. And then maybe somebody will step in and we'll get some new team workers here. And that will not think this way. It's you are the mentality structure. You are the problem. And I think that more people need to understand that. The lotto you're just going to ruin this kid's life. Doug Marrone.
It's just a life.
Don't ruin this child, this golden child that they call Sunshine. Don't ruin him.
I can't wait to see how much we talk about Minshew. Where we're going to have so many episodes where we go off on 30-minute tangents on where Minshew should be next.
Already have my list. And I may talk about it a little bit when we get to that game.
Let's tuck it away.
All right. Afternoon games sucked ass.
The Rams-Seahawks game had potential, and there was field goals and no offense, and it was ugly. If you're one of those guys that are man, I love defense, you might have liked the game, but it was a huge letdown.
It was a Madden simulation set on hard random. Yeah. That's exactly what that game was.
Yeah.
You couldn't, nobody could really get the momentum going. Russ had the worst game of his career, I think, today.
Yeah. And then he's really cooled off. I mean, if you look at his last 6-8 weeks, it's been bad.
Yeah. It's not good at all. And you have to wonder, obviously they're not moving on from him. I mean, they did win. They are the division champs. They're the division champions, this and that. You got two badass wide receivers in Lockett and Metcalf. But Jake Hollister, appreciated that tight end today. Jacob Hollister, because they have a cologne from the clothing company Hollister. It's called Jake by Hollister. So I put a tweet out. I found that when I was searching for Jake Hollister, I just saw pictures of cologne on Google, and I'm I'm going to include this. So I put that in there with his picture. It's shout out to Jake. Does he shop at Hollister? Who knows? Who cares? Appreciate touchdowns. Appreciate tight ends.
Always thinking about tight ends. Hey, were you proud of me? Speaking of that, were you proud of me for putting out that tweet today?
I was. You came out of
your
nowhere.
Old picture.
You did. You came out of nowhere with it, and it was and I woke up to it, and I was just this is great. This makes me just feel the tight end appreciation is real and it's alive in the world.
And I saw Mr. Vice President liked it, then unliked it real quick. So that's the ultimate nod of respect.
I miss James, man. We need to talk to James. We need to talk to James soon. He's been so busy, I feel like, just having to like carry the weight of like the mentality of that team. Like, because I'm sure that like
I was impressed. He was on that phone at 10:30 a.m. I was like, man, they got a game in an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, dude. No, he's real. He keeps up with the whatnot. Like I feel like James is the guy that like, you know how like every like good organization has like a guy that you just kind of like talk to and like he keeps your head right. That's what James is. Yeah, James is that guy. So he's got to keep everybody level headed. It has. I honestly,
like, you know, what does James O'Shaughnessy think? That's probably said a lot in the locker room. What does James think about this?
That's what we need to know. We need to find that out.
Take on everything.
I really do. I feel like he does have those things. So like, this is all I want. I just want James to shine and just be great. Okay, that's all I want.
Do you think it's the PR people that tell him like, hey, if you really like something, just like it, then unlike it?
I don't know, because remember, James is like, yo, we're low key, like on the Twitter machine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. So like his Instagram, it's high key. You know. Yeah. He's got like the tight ends have this thing on Instagram. I don't know if you ever noticed it or not, because you're not really active on Insta. But they have this thing, and a lot of players have it, but mainly tight ends, where it's like swagged out off the plane with the backpack. A lot of players do it, but I feel like tight ends do it more.
It's their thing.
Okay, so I don't know if it's Travis Kelce has a lot of it, and then I saw like you see Tonka Tunyon. It's not Tanyan, it's Tunyon. Found that out today. Tonka Tunyon, he's got his thing going on. You know, James is just like, I'm just out here, baby. Like, and that's what I respect about James. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Disappeared on you for a second. Sorry.
Magic tricks. Hit that. I do like magic tricks. Speaking of magic tricks, the Dallas Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Dude, and it was like a 17-3 at one point, and then I looked up and it was like 35-17. It was crazy.
Jalen Hurts has been figured out.
We knew it was a matter of time. I don't know if he's been figured out.
Not this quick, though.
I don't think it was figured out as much as – I mean, it might be a road bump for him.
They're eliminated. He had a chance to like save their season, and they got eliminated. That's nuts.
That team has a lot to work on, a lot to get better.
I do think they're moving in the right direction, and like obviously Jalen did not have like the type of like day that he had like a couple of weeks ago, but. I mean, he still did decent. I mean, he's still a good fantasy quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he had like 22 points fantasy, but
24 on DK.
He got exposed, like in terms of real football. Watching it, you're right. He kind of got exposed today a little bit. Yeah, they were making fun of him about going to the left. They were like, well, they all figured out he sweeps to the left, but Michael Gallup though, CeeDee Lamb, like dude, they just showed out. Like Andy Dalton just came to play. Like, he was just like, you know what? That Jalen Hurts guy, I can do that. And I remember there was this one play where he tried to run, like, early in the game, and I was like, no, Andy, this is not for you. Like, don't do this. And then the next thing I know, they win. Like, Amari's eating, CD's eating. Like, it was like the most, like, Ezekiel Elliott thing, too, ever. He finally gets over 100 yards rushing, and then he doesn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah. Like, how do you do that? How do you live with yourself? 20 fantasy points. I remember when he got like 40.
Dude, it's just been a weird year for the Cowboys. But they're in this thing, right? I mean, it's going to be – I read where basically somebody that's 6-10 could end up being the winner.
Yeah, very easily. Going into that, like the Washington-Carolina game, like that staying in the division there. Dutter. But shout out to Robbie Anderson, who is, in fact, Teddy Bridgewater's favorite wide receiver of all time. It's decided. DJ Moore is out. Robbie's in. He likes to hang out with people that have experience with DWIs and talking shit to cops.
Dude, I don't know, man. Go look at DJ Moore's past like 4 games.
Yeah, he's okay. But Robbie, I mean, I don't know. Like Robbie's just that edgier guy. Like
if it's your narrative right now, so we'll go with that.
Yeah, he's on my team. Yeah, so basically that's all that matters. But the game itself, like, dude, the Panthers racking up. I mean, it's not that hard to rack up like a defense, rack up a bunch of points against Dwayne Haskins, especially after hanging out at strip clubs, still getting put in because it's Dan Snyder's team. Like, people think that like completely like just erasing the past of what the Washington football team was is going to change everything. No, bro, Dan Snyder's still up there. You know what I mean? Like, so if Dwayne Haskins
Snyder's call.
It's but still, it's like Dwayne Haskins, like he's partying it up, he's living life, And I had this weird take about it because I was just like, Dwayne's probably not gonna have a job next year. You know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to live his life. Like, if you can get like 8 girls to wear your t-shirt jersey at brunch on a Sunday, like, you're doing pretty good. Just let him live. He's gonna be out soon anyway. But then I'm taking a shower and I'm like, well, if he comes back and he does have COVID, and that pretty much pushes everything back for like everybody. And I was like, yeah, that was probably not the move on my part, but
especially with this team, like trying to lock up the division. So
I wasn't thinking it all the way through. I was thinking more of Dwayne, the individual, not Dwayne, the quarterback that really sucks at Washington. And I hate that.
And I had love for him. Your take kind of suffers from the fact of he doesn't have the squeakiest, like cleanest image from some of the past stuff. So maybe I'd throw him a little bit more of a break if that was the case.
Yeah, so we're officially not Haskins fans after now.
Hey, dude, I mean, let's be honest. He wouldn't be starting today, right? If it wasn't for Alex Smith, couldn't go. So
absolutely, Alex Smith is that guy. He is the one. And then Terry McLaurin was out too. So then all the people that took the bait on the Logan Thomas thing, like we talked about this, like, I'm not starting Logan Thomas. This is going to be a bad time. It's like, it's just too easy looking. It's like this team sucks against tight ends. Like, they're going to find a way to screw this up. And they did. I think Logan had like 1.30 fantasy points, dude.
Yeah, and he's a monster. But I mean, me and you've said it a few times. Like, I would have liked Logan Thomas more if Terry McLaurin plays.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. He became like that guy. But yeah, that
like
game sucked.
Like, the defense looks out there like, we got to make sure Logan Thomas isn't the guy that gets the ball.
Right. Yeah. Not this one. And then they did that though. I think they were the highest scoring defense on DraftKings. So if you had them in your lineup with some other big boy players, you did well. But that was
dude.
That was the
what
one.
A disappointing loss though for the football team. I mean, you go out there, you control your own destiny, and I know like you could lose to Carolina. That's a decent opponent, but to the way they lost was so disappointing, honestly.
Yeah, and now Jerry's just sitting back, just like, boys, we got a shot. We got us a shot.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like all the mistakes he's made, like through that team, now he's starting to think he's been genius. Just fooling himself.
I told y'all we didn't need Dak. We just needed the red rifle. That's all we needed this whole time. That's all.
Dude, it's pretty good impersonation.
Dude,
I think you have a little bit of a what's my favorite one you do from Jacob Snell. Yeah, Jacob Snell.
Yeah, but me as Jerry Jones, dude, I'll go out. I will go out to the 50-yard line and take a knee for Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay,
we've got to go do content as you as young Jacob Snell, and me as young Marty Bird.
That's still happening. That is still happening to this day. I guarantee it. There's so much. And if you have no idea what the hell we're talking about and you've just stumbled upon this, you're probably thinking like, what the fuck am I listening to? But if you do know, then you're probably just sitting here just like, please God, stop talking about it. Just do it. So we've got, dude, when I get to Nashville, man, it's going to be different. We're going to be able to do this kind of shit all the time.
If you just stumbled upon this, it's all about Ozark. So go watch Ozark.
Yeah. There's a whole entire like series of podcasts we did during the Rona invasion. Yeah, go do that. That's still happening, kind of. But
I mean, when Ozark comes back, you bet we're going to be talking about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no way that we can't. We have our favorites.
Is it safe to say Ozark's like surpassed Westworld as our go-to show?
I think so now because the last season of Westworld just completely just shit the bed. So like Ozark is definitely like become like that show for us. So it's like football. Yeah. It was like NASCAR, football, Ozark. That's Garage Guys.
Yeah. And Yellowstone's kind of catching up.
And Yellowstone is coming in. Also, we'll probably talk Righteous Gemstones. Or if they ever came out with Eastbound and Down again, I would love just to do a series on. I really want like one of these days. Like here we go again, getting off topic, but I really want like, and I think that the listeners would love this. Let's just start like Eastbound and Down over from like the first episode and just break that shit down.
Dude, if we get COVID-20, that's first on the list.
we won't have to save it for COVID-21.
Yeah, maybe 21.
Okay.
You're right.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we might have to talk about Ozark first. You know, gotta make sure the hair one counts good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we're ever gonna take life seriously, but here we go.
Probably not. We will take football seriously and your money. Yeah. Okay. So, luckily for that, I don't think that there were many of these games that you had a lot of action on. I know. I want to say, what were some of your bets that you had?
My big one, Chase, was the
Seahawks, right?
Colts
No, it was the Colts.
So my biggest bet, I think it lagged out there. So my biggest bet was Colts and Bears teaser. So that was my big play. And then you're right, the Seahawks was another good one. I think I'm 4-4 on the day, but Bills take care of business. I'll be 6-4.
Yeah, it's all good. For me, like maybe it's just because I'm playing you in the championship and then get to see the bet card. Like, dude, you were so like heavy, like, and we're gonna completely skip over Denver Chargers game. Like, I don't even really think we even talk about that.
Yeah.
One thing, and this is only for the YouTube audience out there. I came across this GIF earlier, and like my wife, obviously, like she's gonna see it, like, but it really just got me fired up, man, because like this is just how I feel, you know, every day.
Fire who? Anthony Lynn?
Fire Lynn. And it's literally just like this girl just shaking her ass on a couch with Fire Lynn on her butt cheeks. And like this went viral all over Twitter today.
Oh, I missed that.
So if you've got a random girl that is creating a GIF and she has to go to the length of writing Fire Lynn on her ass, that's important. Girls just don't do that stuff, you know?
Girls? Well, she smart businesswoman. She knew that would get attention.
Yeah. So maybe that was like, maybe she's like a electric thought, Charger fans. That's what we can call like those girls that are Chargers, electric thoughts.
Yeah, this is what we can talk about for this game because I don't want to talk about the game.
All right. So that's what we talked about. Fire Anthony Lynn. Continuing on. Yeah, let's go into the game that I feel like was most important to you today. You had 3 players on your fantasy team. You definitely had them in your bets. Bears Jags. You were excited about some Chubb. We were both excited about Chubb. We had him in the DFS show. We didn't really talk David Montgomery. We did talk a little bit of Allen Robinson, but not on the show. Dude, the Bears they're controlling their destiny.
The stars have aligned for the Bears in the best way, especially with Arizona losing that game on Thursday. Or was it? No, it wasn't. I mean, Saturday.
That was a funky game, dude.
Dude, Kyler is such a weird guy. It's like he can be the best QB in the league, but sometimes he just looks lost. It's weird.
Yeah, he was imagining playing for the Oakland Athletics.
Dude, I'm super pumped for Trubisky, though. And I know we talked about this last podcast, but both of those guys, Montgomery and Trubisky, it's just awesome.
The offense is clicking, like, and it's like I understand it's the Jags, like, and you're playing these teams. Like, all it's going to take is them to play one really good opponent, and it may save the day. I don't know. That defense got to come back. Like, Khalil Mack can't be alone. Like, you got to get that dude some help. Like, I hate seeing like Khalil Mack's my favorite defensive player in the league, obviously. Yeah. So him being a Bear is even more incredible because it just reminds me of like the '85 Bears. So it's just like, you know, I don't know. I want to see the Bears get back in action. I want to see them be the powerhouse in the NFC North. I want to see them beat Green Bay. You know what I mean? Like, I want them Bears to Bears. You know. You know
who you should be a real big fan of? Akeem Hicks. He's a beast for the Bears. The guy that beats lineman. Yeah, he's a beast.
Akeem and Khalil.
Yeah.
Return of the Mac. I used to sing that song all the time, especially when I had Dak Prescott as my quarterback for fantasy.
I don't think this is registered for you, but if this finishes how it should, the Bears would be facing your Saints, I'm pretty sure.
Fuck them Bears, boy. They're out.
You
saw how intense it was for me watching that Green Bay game tonight. I wanted the Titans to win more than I've ever wanted them to win in my life.
Dude, I think that's a pretty good matchup for the Saints. I know the Bears are hot, but coming into the dome, that would be right. The 6 seed versus the 2 seed, correct? That would be the matchup.
That's it. Yeah, so that would be easy peasy.
The Bucs would fall into the winner of the NFC East. So I think the Saints and Bucs would be sitting pretty. Dude,
if that's all I've ever wanted is just Brady Breeze in the playoffs. It's all I've ever wanted.
I don't know how the seeding would work out. Would we have to see? I don't know. I'm not going to think about that.
We'll definitely break it down for you guys next week. There's still more football to talk about. But yeah, that game, the Jags now being, and we've already talked a little bit about them with the whole Trevor Lawrence thing, wanting to lose or whatever. And I hate that. So I'm pulling the Gardner Minshew file back out. And here's a couple of teams that I think that he should try, or his agent should try to reach out to. I don't think Tom Brady's going anywhere next year. So that's kind of out of the question. I want him to start immediately. Okay. He needs to start immediately. The Patriots go play with Bill. Kick Cam to the side, kick Jared, let Jared keep learning, throw in the wild man Gardner Minshew, trade O'Shaughnessy. They need a good tight end there too. O'Shaughnessy and Minshew together on the Pats with Bill Belichick.
You must be thinking about me because you're going to beat me in fantasy probably. So you're throwing me a bone here because that would be a dream come true.
Not really. I'm just thinking about what makes sense to get them to play as fast as possible. So I need them to play. And O'Shaughnessy's already played for the Patriots at one point in time.
Oh, he knows the system. He's a big system guy.
Exactly. So he's going right back into the system, and it's like he gets to teach these young. Because he's a big mind guy. He likes to teach people. He can teach Ansasu or whatever that guy's name is. He hasn't quite made it and graduated to the appreciation club yet. But you can teach him. That's right. So that's one place I thought of, and that's really the only place I thought of. So
yeah. I mean, I think for his long-term success, he'd be better with a year off. But I'm with you. I'm selfish, and I want to see him play right now.
Mm-hmm. They need Bill. So that's if the Jaguars go to ruin Trevor Lawrence's life, without fixing some other problems they have first, Minshew, O'Shaughnessy to the Pats.
Okay,
make it happen.
I can dig it. Yeah. All
right, so that's settled. I'm glad.
Can we talk about this Dolphins game, by the way?
I know you're really excited, but before we do that, there is one more game. There's one more game I do want to mention. Really, I mean, there was a good bit of games. There was some exciting stuff that happened today with the early window games, but the one that just caught the attention of the entire universe, the Jets. Jamison Crowder, you fucking nailed it. You nailed it.
I love it.
30 plus fantasy points. I was shitting a brick when I saw that. I'm like, dude, Drew called this shit. And here he is in the flex and I'm playing against him. Joy. And I threw my phone. So that happened, by the way.
Dude,
you were up on me bad for a while.
Dude, I mean, let's be honest with what the Bears did and with what Jamison Crowder did. Basically, the only way you were going to hang around is that Derrick Henry dropped a dud, and that's what happened.
It did. So the stars are lining for me. I will say that. My subconscious is probably working because my frontal lobe is totally afraid. So my subconscious is probably the strong one right here in this situation.
Oh, I need your help.
Yes.
So in a world where I did win, let's play the hypothetical.
Okay.
Do I get this? Do I get the David Montgomery jersey, since he's been kind of a guy that has carried me through the second half? Do I get the Travis Kelce because he's been Mr. Consistent for me all year? Or do I get the Jamison Crowder off 2 weeks performance?
I've already thought about that today. You get the Jamison Crowder. You get the doo-doo blue snowball poo-poo jersey, and you wear that proudly. You wear Jamison Crowder New York Jets jersey.
So we throw out the two main guys that helped me, and we go with.
They don't matter anymore.
I agree. I think Crowder jersey would be pretty cool,
dude. But it's just because that's, to me, your season has been just quietly successful. So for you to make the call about Jameson, play him, back it up, and then him do what he did, it's you got to own that. You got to own that.
Who do you get? Who's your guys now?
Josh Allen. I mean, if I win this thing, it's got to either be Josh Allen or Mike Evans, one of the two. Mike Evans.
Yo.
We'll talk Saturday. You want to talk Saturday? It sucks that the Cleveland Browns lost. The Jets won. They're back on cocaine. Congrats, Adam Gase, with life.
I need to go on a rant. I need to
go to rehab
so bad.
because you just made your fan base mad. I'm ready to go on the rant. So I'm skipping past Jets, Browns, and whatever other games we had this morning. Let's go to Saturday, and let's start it off right now. How in the hell did this happen? Bruce Arians leaves Mike Evans in the entire game, puts up a 40 burger for me. Dude, I felt so blessed and important. I've never felt that loved in my life by Bruce Arians for being so, as you say, classless. And I'm just eating the shit out of it. Just like, this is great. Just put in the backup quarterback, keep feeding Evans. Like, this is just glorious. Glorious day. Glorious times.
Dude. I've never been – maybe I have with Adam Gase.
You were distraught.
But besides Adam Gase, I've never been more dumbfounded. Sorry, let me take this back one more time. Besides Adam Gase and Butt Chin, I've never been more dumbfounded than – so the third quarter made a little bit of sense to me. You come out there, you throw to Gronk, you throw to Mike Evans. But, like, Chase, how does some, like, offensive coach with a lot of experience not, like, walk up to Bruce Arians and be like, dude, I know you're the head coach, but – come on, man. Like, if I was an offensive coach on that roster, I would have gotten fired.
The only thing that makes sense to me was, you remember a couple years ago, I think the Pardon My Take guy, Barstool, Big Cat, and PMT, they did an interview with Bruce Arians, and he talked about how he drank paint. They did a song called Drink Paint. That was the one game that made me realize, like, holy shit, maybe this dude drinks paint, like, for real, because it makes no other sense why that happened.
And I saw some hot takes. About it being for his incentives on his contract. And they were saying, like, oh, he was letting him get all that yardage now because they might rest him next week. But I'm sitting there in the back of my head, and I'm like, no, the Bucs need to probably win next week to for sure lock up that NFC least opponent.
Yeah, that would mean that they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That would mean they're just kind of like, whatever, we're just going to shoot for next year and say, screw it, road Joe's. But it's like, dude, the Lions were like on their own, dude. They were just kind of like out there. Like, I think multiple coaches were not present. Like, I don't know.
And that makes it worse. It makes it more classless. Like, the Lions are bad. They've had a tough year. They lost their quarterback, in the first drive? Like,
I think you need to be a little more grateful, though, because, like, he got it to the – like, he wanted to make sure – you had the under on that game. So, like, he stopped right before the under hit. Like, you need to be grateful.
No. He was going for it the entire time, and I basically got lucky that they were going for it on fourth down. They were still trying to run the score up.
Dude, Tom.
They were passing when they were up 35 in the fourth quarter. They were passing on first and second down.
Yeah, dude, this is the only thing that makes sense about this, okay? Obviously, we know Tom Brady's quarterback on that team. Bruce Arians is coach. This isn't about Bruce. This is about Tom. And that's your quarterback, so you should know. And I say this all the time about Drew, and you are always like, I don't think they care much about their records and this and that. Tom Brady gives a shit, and you know it. And he saw an easy opportunity to get more stats so that he could put himself where he wants to be. Would you have done it?
I'm not following you. Tom Brady sat out the whole half.
No, I'm just saying that, like, in the beginning, he got a touchdown to Godwin. He got a touchdown to Antonio. He got a touchdown to Mike Evans.
Oh, in the first half,
He spread the love. He spread it around.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything to – Brady was just trying to score.
Yeah, I don't know. But still at the same time.
I'm not following you. Are you saying that Brady
Yeah. You're like, I understand where you're coming from. You're like, okay, he wasn't playing the second half. It'd have been different if he'd have played the whole game. But
are you trying to say that Brady was worried about stats? Because if so, I don't agree. I don't know.
Well, maybe not so much stats. Maybe he's worried about the receiver's stats. Maybe he wants to make him feel good. He's like, he's Oprah. I'm gonna give you guys each a touchdown in this first half of the game.
I'll go with this, and it kind of agrees with you. I think if Brady would have kept playing, he would have been trying to, like, get Antonio Brown one more touchdown or get. I don't think he would have been holding. I don't think he would have been holding it back. But that's not his job. That's the coach's job, in my opinion.
Yeah, but we all know that, like, like, is LeBron
It's Brady's offense.
Is LeBron offense. A player or a player coach in Los Angeles?
It's Brady's offense for sure, but he's not calling plays for the most part.
If Bruce Arians is a goblin. He's just out there.
He is. Dude, when you're running pass plays with your backup quarterback up 35, that is just disrespectful.
He wanted to get him a good resume. He's like, I want to beef up your resume, pal.
We learned for sure. Bruce Arians.
Who's he? Gabbert? Is Gabbert the backup?
Yes. And
that's a big day. Like, UNDP should have been stoked. Like, that's a big day for Gabbert.
It is. I was pumped to see him because I wanted to see what he had, but I can't get over it, Chase. I mean, he goes into now by default. Bruce Arians goes into that category of insane coaches that we've created.
I think he's always been insane. Just go look up his gifs. He has some crazy faces.
Yeah,
he does some crazy things.
Insane and probably dumb now. Though, like the ad.
I was excited. Classless. That he cared. He cared enough. Maybe Bruce saw, like, final take. Maybe Bruce saw all the tweets about the analysts that said to drop Mike Evans, and he was like, "It's championship week. Fuck y'all."
Now you on
40 points. Yeah,
and you had him against me, correct? So 45 points. So
I did. So honestly, you know what? Like, I love Josh Allen. I'm probably gonna get an Allen jersey anyway. But if I do beat you, I'm getting a Mike Evans jersey. It's decided.
Yeah, I think for the league, you should get the Mike Evans, but you should by default get a Josh Allen for being a fan.
Now I got to think if I want to go charcoal. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. We still got two.
We got the Dolphins. Fitzmagic.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so other Saturday, Miami game. Fitzy comes in, saved the day by 1 point. They won by a point.
Before we get to Fitzmagic, I got to cry real quick about our boy.
You need tissue? Oh, did you see what I tweeted at Jake Seeley and Ken Zales?
I think I read that when I was like delirious. I was like half asleep and I read it. But
they're such haters of Ahmed.
Yeah, they obviously haven't watched enough football, so sorry.
Hot
take. Too many spreadsheets, but Gaskin was the better running. Gaskin was the better running back, so whatever. But I'm not giving up on him.
All right, so it's okay that he only scored a point. He'll be back though. Well, he's like Frosty. It's just wintertime. He'll be back again someday. It's hot in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ahmed, we love you. Come see us, Salvan. It's a great name.
It's hurting still sitting here listening to you. Like
I turned this game off to play Tecmo Bowl on the Nintendo Switch.
It kind of sucks for the first half.
Mm-hmm. So I missed the second half. So tell me the story.
I mean, we basically had Fitzmagic just come in and save the day. I'm just going to skip to the very end. So I'm sure you've seen the play, right, where he's the Hail Mary, the no-look pass that Patrick Mahomes tweeted about, you know?
I did see it. I really wish he would have, like, been wearing a Tony Bahama shirt, though, like, underneath his jersey. Dude, that would have been incredible.
We can't get it all, can we? Like, it can't be too good.
I want one more Tommy Bahama shirt interview from Fitzpatrick before he retires, because you know he's going to be like one hell of a coach. He's going to be a coach, bro. I was looking at him when Tua was playing in the game in the beginning of the game, just sitting on just Harvard education, earpiece. He's the perfect coach, dude. He's got to be a coach.
Dude, I want him in the booth.
You want him in the booth?
Yes.
Would he be like equivalent to like a Clint Boyer for like Fox and NASCAR?
I don't think we know, and I think that's why I want to see it. Like, we won't know until we get him up there. Like, could be great.
Be like the best gift of all time.
Could be great. Could be average. You know, like that would be disappointing.
We need a teaser. Like, they had Greg Olson in the booth while he was still playing. He was just hurt. So maybe we can, like, next week, like we need to call the representatives at Fox or CBS and be like, yo, it's week 17, but they got playoff implications. Like, they could sneak.
That was a huge win. Like, it couldn't have been bigger. Pretty much they're in if they they should be in. If
they win again, it's a wild card. Do you know what and I got to go dig it up now. My prediction, I made a prediction before the season. Miami will be in the playoffs as a wild card. So I hit.
I'm pretty sure both me and you were high on both the Bills and Dolphins before the season.
Yeah. So we definitely got to go dig that up so that we can tell all the analysts, hey, guys, we were right. And we didn't drop Mike Evans.
The Bills were too hot, right? The Dolphins were more of a hot take, I'm sure.
The Dolphins were the hottest take of all time. Like nobody was like, "There's no way this is going to work."
Dude, you can't go back to Tua, surely, right? I know they've done it twice when I've said that. Dude, you can't go back to Tua, man. He can't make like
they
the
have
offense
to
is
let
stagnant.
Ryan play.
They do.
Do the playoffs.
He's been better.
What if they make it? What if they make it?
Dude, they have a good team. Their defense is sound. They play good football. They don't make many mistakes. Like if Fitzpatrick's interceptions are the one mistake you're making, I think it's the risk you got to take because the offense is just so one-dimensional with Tua.
Dude, I'm like so into this thought right now that like Ryan Fitzpatrick in the playoffs and like it's just that becomes like the story. Like, dude, I want to see that so bad.
Why can't the Dolphins beat Pittsburgh? Why can't they?
I think they can, dude. I mean, they got lucky today against the Colts. I'm not gonna lie. Like I flirted with like taking like Colts like earlier in the day. Just being like, this seems right. You know, this seems like it would easily happen. But then I didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't do it because it was kind of like a nail biter. But that was one of the good games. And then surprisingly, like, I mean, if we're going to talk about good games, I don't want to get away from Miami real quick. I do want to close up Miami. I would love to see him win. But talking about the good games, would you say that like Steelers Colts was a pretty good game? And
yeah, perfect example of the teaser hitting there. Like, most people bet Indianapolis +1, Chase, or +2, or money line.
Yeah.
I had them +8.5, so I covered.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, all I saw was +1 when I hit. I think the other big game for me that was surprisingly really good was the Bengals Texans.
Dude, Bengals.
Samaje Perine, bro.
Oh my
God.
I'm pissed about that. I'm pissed about that.
Why?
I had a lot of so Gio had like 20 points by himself, but I
had Gio in a DFS lineup, so that worked out.
I mean, it was great, but if you take those 2 touchdowns and give them to the guy that, if you give him to Gio, then he's what, 40? So
yeah, 29 fantasy points for Samaje. And then Brandon Allen with 20. Who is Brandon Allen, bro? Like, is that Josh's brother? Like, is this his cousin?
That's the guy that started for Carolina last year.
Right? Oh, yeah, dude. He looks so different. I did not imagine him looking
Kyle Allen.
Yeah, it was Kyle Allen. This is a different guy. This is not the same guy. No way this is the same guy. Real quick while you're looking that up, just want to say Ravens, Giants, whatever.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that game. It was just kind of – the Giants were kind of a letdown. I had the Giants +10.5.
LOL, Atlanta, Kansas City, LOL, LOL.
Perfect example of a game. Everyone says it's going to be a shootout and it doesn't.
Yeah, that was an LOL moment. And then Young Wei had to go miss it. Just brutal. Dude, blowing them leads left and right. Just love it. I told him
Brandon Allen was in Denver last year. So, yeah, Brandon and Kyle Allen.
He must be really tall.
Yeah.
John Elway loves those statue boys.
I can't see you right now, but I'm assuming like you're making that same smile that you've made every time you talk about Denver QBs.
Big tall guy.
6'2", 209 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's them. That's likes them tall, boys. Is it? He likes them boys.
That's kind of.
I'm John Elway. I really like tall guys. Hey, you're a mighty fine tall guy there. Hey, I won a Super Bowl.
All right, cold open idea. Cold open. You should go get a John Elway clip.
Okay, I'll go find one, dude. Dude, I had a John Elway action figure when I was a kid. I straight up had a John Elway action figure. Yeah,
Dude, I mean, people die by that guy. People love that guy, man. People love John Elway.
Dude, who was it? I love Troy Aikman too. I love Troy Aikman. I always like kidded that he had like STDs and shit. Like he just running rampant in Dallas, bro. Just running the town. Like I have a whole made up history of like Troy Aikman's life. I'll have to let people hear one day. Very interesting. If you want to hear it, hit me up. Like I literally made it up. I think it was like 6 years ago. I was drunk and I made up an entire life story of Troy Aikman that is not real, completely alternate to his real life. Very fun.
Does it have anything to do? Because this has always been my take has always been like he looks like that guy that's gotten away with a lot and he knows it.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a lot of partying, a lot of life lessons. Just dude, I can't even remember most of it. I literally like think I wrote it down. This is like 6 years ago. Like we were just destroyed, dude. And like we were playing trivia in a bar one night, and they were like, "Who is this guy?" And like everyone I was with was like a bunch of like music like freaks, so they didn't really watch a lot of sports. So I'm like, Troy Aikman, and they're just like, "Oh, and they were trying to be all cool, like, look at this Jack." And I'm just like, "No, man, have you ever heard of the story of Troy Aikman? It's a very beautiful story." And I just started just spitballing off the top of my head, just random shit. To this day, those people may actually believe that that was Troy Aikman's life, and if they do, I don't think I've done anything else better in my life than to completely confuse an entire group of people that were drunk at a bar that had no idea who Troy Aikman was.
And this is one of the reasons why Garage Guy Chase no longer drinks.
Yeah. If Troy ever caught wind of it, it probably wouldn't be good. Like he'd have Joe Buck call him as, "Hey, I'll talk about my friend."
This is actually one of the like the very few examples where I kind of wish I did see the drinking, because that actually sounds entertaining.
Yeah,
if I got to witness you give that story, I probably would think it's incredible.
It was a lot worse. There was a lot worse than that. There was a lot of more bad than good. We'll put it that way. That's why we don't drink anymore.
I probably wouldn't be your friend if I saw like.
Oh no, dude, you would hate me. Everybody in this world would hate me, dude. I'd be in the ditch somewhere right now, dude. Straight up. So good thing I did quit, but trust me, I will still be as crazy and wild as I always have been sober.
You don't need it. Everyone that you were in Nashville, like everyone thought that you were. Like everyone we saw thought you were.
I've found my chi. I have my natural energy, my natural drunkenness.
Some people are born not needing to be altered, their state.
Yeah,
I'm here. That has natural energy.
Yeah, just go to Tibet for like a month. Don't drink or lick the toad though, because unless you want to wake up.
We are literally all over the place. This is.
I love it. Quite
the episode.
Getting back though to talking about, I want to briefly mention the Arizona 49ers game. Was good to see George Kittle back as a long-haired guy.
Tacos.
Yeah, he used to respond to those. I think that he's just like beyond that now. I think he literally has a deal with Panda Express, so he probably can't for legal reasons.
And he's probably got more PR people in his life.
Yeah, exactly. I think our best bet now with Taco Bell is Ricky Stenhouse. I really want to see the Taco Bell car. It needs to make it happen in NASCAR. So we're gonna pivot Taco Bell there. But yeah, that game was ugly. Dirty Jeff Wilson. I was mad, man.
I'm so tired of San Francisco 49ers running backs. I've just turned into the Patriots running backs. Like
pretty much.
I mean, you get the bigger games from those guys than you do from the Pats running backs. But, do you ever feel good? The only time you feel good is when they're all injured, right? And you have to play one.
Yeah, I thought Jeff Wilson was out. I thought he was going to not be playing. And then all of a sudden he's playing. And then I've got Jerick McKinnon. And I'm like, all right, cool. We may get like 10 points out of this. Like, it's going to be all right. And I get 6. I'm not complaining. I mean, at least it wasn't a goose egg.
Yeah. And even though he played, you're thinking, Chase, you're like, man, like at least if he's banged up, maybe that means they won't use Jeff Wilson as a workhorse. And then what do they do? They go out there and they give it to him like 30 times. Like,
here, hit this D ball, son. Let's go. Not saying that they do that, but it was weird. That's not how you handle hurt people, but it is the NFL. So
awful loss for the Cardinals fans, man. Awful loss.
You could see the pain in their eyes, all of them.
Brutal,
especially D-Hop, and the pain in my eyes from him not having a 20-plus point game. That hurt.
Don't you just hate it for Larry Fitzgerald? Like, the dude just needs one more playoff appearance.
And I want if they got it and they were all I would want to end his career. To make my heart full would just be the last play of the game. It's everybody's expecting D-Hop, and then in just comes Larry, just dun, 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 dun. This dreads everywhere, just and then just win the Super Bowl, and Larry Fitzgerald just rides off into the sunset.
It's a beautiful sight. Something I would like to see.
It would be.
But now the Bears have to lose, right? Who the Bears play next week?
Yeah, the Week 17 Bears. let's look at this. We've covered all but one game, and the one game that I'm most excited to cover. So we will talk about that one. We're not gonna have to go too deep into it because I'm sure we've been talking we've been talking for a minute, guys, and we appreciate you hanging around and listening. So, looking into week 17, the garbage week of life, for some teams, the Bears will be playing the Green Bay Packers.
Will they be resting anybody?
I doubt it, dude. Because like that, for me, like the Packers Bears rivalry is like way more important than like winning a Super Bowl. So, definitely,
So, dude, they're going to rest. They got the head-to-head on the Saints. Seattle, can Seattle leapfrog? Did Seattle Green Bay play?
So Seattle, if the Packers would have lost tonight, it would have been maybe the Saints would have. Maybe it would have been a 3-way between the Packers, Seahawks, and Saints. And it would have pushed it to week 17.
I'm looking real quick. All right. So
I'm not 100 P on that.
Seattle have not played the dude. I'm pretty sure if Seattle cannot leapfrog them, Green Bay's going to rest their guys. Lafleur will rest his guys, but I think they need to win just to make sure. I don't know. We're going to check out those head-to-heads, but
yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
We know Saints cannot leap them, right? That's accurate.
Yeah, I don't think they can at this point. And I mean, who do we have? We have the Panthers this week. But dude, I want to say this one thing. This probably was, as a Saints fan, this was the best Christmas ever. To get to see Alvin Kamara tie the all-time touchdowns by running backs record. I think it was Gale Sayers and Bud something, some random dude from the 30s. 6 touchdowns in a game, like literally he is now the number 1 fantasy points holder for a single game for running backs, like ever.
And the funniest part, like the irony, is that they had to throw in a Sean Payton Taysom touchdown. Like, could have had more.
I think they eat ice cream together at night and watch Gilmore Girls.
It was like, wasn't it like a first and goal from the 2 too? Like it could have easily been Kamara.
Taysom Hill is Sean Payton. If Sean Payton is Santa Claus, Taysom is the head elf. That is, He looks like an elf. You ever notice that?
There's some serious favoritism there.
Yeah. 100%. I don't know, man. They don't even show Jameis anymore. Like, I want to see what he's doing on the sideline. That dude, I could make so many gifts.
Dude, he's eating W's the whole time.
He's got to be. Like, and they're missing a golden opportunity. I want Jameis Cam. That's all I want. Like, I just want to hear the audio of the game and the broadcast, and it's just showing Jameis the whole time. That's all I want to watch.
Honestly, though, I'm starting to think about this more as we talk. I could see him, like, wanting it to be about the team. And until they get in the locker room, then he goes crazy after the game, post game, because he had kind of some reputation things about, leadership and stuff. So maybe on the field, he's kind of keeping it low key. Maybe, I don't know.
But you want to know what's interesting? If we're going to talk about that before we end the show, and of course I got to get your final words. Do you want to jump to final thoughts for the week?
I mean, I'm good. I feel like the Saints took care of business.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll tell you my hot take, final thoughts on the Saints. Not the worst thing that you don't get to buy, because I think it's with Breeze coming back from injury. I think another game, especially if it's the Bears. Obviously, we've seen the Saints have some terrible luck in the playoffs, and I don't want to say the Bears are going to beat them. But
it's always NFC North.
If we assume though, right? If we assume that the Saints do win their first playoff game, I think an extra game could be good.
Yeah, build the momentum. And I've always been a big believer in that too. I think it's more the prestige thing. It's just like, because like nothing's really worked. It's like we got so close with a bye. And then
tonight's got to scare you, Chase. I mean, I don't know if I trust Breeze in the offense to go do what Aaron Rodgers can do in the snow at Lambeau.
I'm nervous, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I do not like. That's why I wanted Tennessee to just do this so bad, because like I can't imagine.
One game at a time. Just take care of it.
It brings me back to 2006 when they were playing the Bears in Chicago and the Bears beat them. That's what it brings me back to.
You got to just worry about one game at a time. See how
that was bad, bro.
I know, but you
my
got to
little
stop.
heart got ripped out.
You guys got a great team. Your defense, man, has just been unbelievable all year. You got to hope that continues. So that's my final thoughts for that game.
Cam Jordan, boy, just shout out to Alvin, man. AK-41.
Final thoughts in general, though. I have one thing: incredible playoff picture we have, and it's going all the way into week 17. It's nothing. I don't think it's all set. So I'm super excited for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I am excited for the playoffs. However, my final thought has a little bit of discrepancy with Roger Goodell in the NFL. So apparently the Pittsburgh Steelers were like posting videos, partying it up with no masks on and like living it up, baby, and stuff. Why can they do that and the Saints get fined $50,000 and get docked a pick?
So normally I would just pile this on with you and say, that's crap, but they have screwed the Steelers scheduling like 4 times. So maybe Roger Goodell is like, all right, I need to chill.
Why are the Ravens the favorite?
The Ravens are for sure the favorite.
We'll just keep running into it. It's just like we can't let Lamar down. Like, what does Lamar know?
Dude.
This man lied about shitting in a game, and now he knows things. Like, what does he know?
I'm still with you. I think Roger Goodell has something against the Saints and the Patriots for sure. Like
the Saints are the goon squad, bro. Like we're like the street rats. He doesn't want us.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, it's nothing to do with the Saints. It's all to do with Sean Payton. It's personal.
What did Sean do to Roger?
Yes, I think he embarrassed him like on one of those, when owners and coaches and all them talk. I think Sean
was a bit of a lush one night, maybe. Yeah.
He made him look dumb. Yeah.
Okay, Garage Fam, this is your assignment. Find out what Sean Payton did to Roger Goodell, and then come back to us or hit us up on Twitter. Let us know your thoughts and your answers. Use hashtag Ronagate.
I love this game. I'm glad we're doing it. I'm going to ask you this. What percent chance, is it 99% or 100% chance that Sean Payton and Bill Belichick have had a talk about Roger Goodell and how much they hate him?
Is this question for me or for the fam?
For you, 99% or 100%?
100%. Dude, they get together. Dude, I feel like Bill is like the most chillest, laid back dude to just like hang out with. Like, I feel like he would just like, he's sarcastic and like witty real quick. Like, I like people like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I just see him like with this like backhand, comment, just like saying like Roger Goodell just thinks he's the man. That type of stuff.
Yeah. Like straight up.
I don't know.
All the way.
I don't know.
It's fun.
We've had an episode.
We have. It's been fun. It's been real. Week 16. The championship's here. Tonight is the end of it. I'm either going to beat Chef Boy or he's already hiding. Look, nope, there he's back. Can't really say that anymore. But yeah, good luck in your championships. Let us know if you won. We appreciate you. Always like, follow, subscribe, rate, all that shit. Do it because we love you.
Follow Chef Bets.
Yeah, and follow Chef Bets, Rotoballer. Do that as well. Promo code Garage. Drink Drip Drop. Promo code Garage Guys 20. And then follow us again.
Beautiful.
All right. We appreciate it. We love you. Hope you're profiting because we're sports and we profit. And we're going to keep repeating it. All right. Beautiful. You guys take it easy.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.